Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today the question that we are going to solve is question number 169 of Leetcode, that is majority element question. Yesterday we have understood what is an array and how do we implement linear search and binary search in an array, and we have solved one more problem of Leetcode, and today we are again solving one more problem of Leetcode, that is question number 169. In question number 169 they are saying that they have given us an array nums and they are asking us to find the majority element. Here what do they mean by majority element? They mean that the element which repeats for more than half of the times is the majority element. For example, here we can see that 3 to 3, this is the nums array that they have given us, and in that what gets repeated for more than half of the times, that is 3, right? So majority element is 3. Then in the next example also you can observe the majority element is 2 since it gets repeated for 4 times. Yes, this is what the question they have given us, and now we are trying to find the solution for it. And the solution that I have wrote for this particular question number 169 is majority element. Like for this particular question majority element, I have wrote this solution. The solution goes this way. Initially I have taken count as 0 and then taken majority as 0, and I am running a for loop. Here we can write for loop in this way also. I am not using int I equals to 0 and iterator. Instead I am just trying to use num here. Okay, I'm trying to use num here. So here I'm writing a for loop and trying to write to if loop, where in the if loop I'm in the first if condition I'm here giving that count. When the count is 0, then you place the number here. Num means the current number element from the nums array that is given. So we are trying to replace the majority element with the num element when the count is 0, and if that num element is equals to the majority element, for suppose if both of them are equal, then we are trying to do count plus plus. For example, we'll dry run this. Okay, we'll dry run this once, then you can understand it more clearly. Okay, now we are trying to dry run the code. So to dry run the same code, I am using the nums array they have given us in the example. This is the nums array they have given us in the example, and what we are trying to do, we are trying to initialize count as 0 and majority as 0 initially, and then we are taking the for loop. In the for loop, the initial num value is 2, right? So initial num value is 2, and now what we are trying to do, we are trying to write the first if condition. What is the first if condition? The first if condition asks us if count double equals to 0, then what should we do? We can observe that count is equals to 0, right? So count value is equals to 0. If it is there, then what we need to do? We need to replace the majority with the num. What is num here? 2. So we are replacing this majority with the value 2. Now we are again writing one more if condition, that is if number is double equals to majority. What is the number value now? Number value is 2, majority value is also 2. If both are equal, then you do count plus plus. What we are doing? Count plus plus. So the count becomes, now the count becomes 0 to 1. Have you understood? Since the if condition is getting satisfied, we won't write the else condition here. Now again we have wrote for one for loop, like the for loop ran for one time. Now it is going to run another time. Now the num value will be 2. Again we'll get 2. It will check for the first if condition. The first if condition is if count double equals to 0. This is initial conditions, but now we can observe that the count value got changed from 0 to 1. So now the count value is 1. If we check here, if count double equals to 0, we will get observe that it is false because count is not equals to 0, it is equals to 1. So now we'll check for another if condition, that is if num double equals to majority. What is the number value? The number value is 2 here, and the majority is also 2 here. We have got the majority also 2 here. So we'll do count plus plus. Count plus plus means the count value will get changed to 2. Count value is 2. So what are the things that we can observe while the second time the loop runs? While second time the loop runs, the num value is 2, count value is 2, majority value is 2. Now when the loop runs the third time, then the num value will be 1. Now you observe what is actually happening. When num value is 1, it will check for count double equals to 0. We know that count is not equals to 0. So the if condition fails. Now it comes to the second if condition, that is number double equals to majority. What is number? 1. They are asking us whether 1 is equals to 2. It is not, right? So we don't do count plus plus. We will go to the else condition here. What does else ask us to do? It asks us to decrement the count. So now the count value becomes 1 because 2 minus 1 is 1. Again the for loop runs. Now the num value is 1. So again the if condition checks whether count double equals to 0. So we can see that here count double not equals to 0. So we'll go to second if condition, which checks whether num is equals to majority. Number is 1 and the majority element we know is 2. Since both are not equal, we will go to else condition. Else condition asks us to reduce the count. So we will decrease the count value to 0. Now we will run it for the fifth time, that is for 1. Number is 1. Now it will check for the if condition, that is if count double equals to 0. Yes, the count value is 0. So what we'll do, we'll replace the majority with the num value. What is majority here? The num value only. So majority will be 1. So we'll increase the count. Since num double equals to majority, both are same. Now we are increasing the count to 1. Like 0 plus 1, 1. This is what we are doing. And now we are trying to run this for loop again for 2. Now the for loop again runs. That is now the value of num is 2. And when we check this condition, if count double equals to 0, it gets failed. Now we will check for num double equals to majority. Num is 2 but majority is 1. So both are not equal. So we will go to else case, which says count minus minus. So we will do count minus minus, which means count is 0. Becomes 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. Now again the for loop runs for number equals 2. Now it will check if count double equals to 0. Now we can observe count double equals to 0. So we will replace the majority element with this. That is majority gets replaced with 2. And then it will ask whether majority is equals to num. Yes, it is equal. So we will increase the count to plus plus 1 1. So this is the final solution that we have got. We have found the majority element as 2 and the count as 1. The count can be anything, but we just need to return the majority element, that's all. Once again, you could just take a look at the code. Observe the code, try to dry run yourself. Like we'll understand it more better when we try to dry run the code ourselves. Okay, try to dry run the code yourselves and then tell me whether you have got the solution or not. Yes, thank you everyone.